for yourself.
Very high hopes. Love that journey for you guys, but no, thank you.
We get it, Raneesha. You're better than us. This is Girl Same with your host, Brittinie. Girl. Girl Same. Hi guys, welcome back to Girl Same, our Girls Night podcast. I'm Brittinie, your host, and I am here with Marissa and our friend from Hot Mess Express, Raneesha. Raneesha is a longtime volunteer with Hot Mess. We call her our kitchen queen.
Yes.
Because she always takes the kitchen and makes it beautiful. And how long have you been with Hot Mess? Because you usually went to the Greensboro missions with Kim.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know you were a part of it for a while. So how long have you been doing missions?
I want to say it was October 2021 when I started. I know it was in October.
That didn't last long.
Immediately.
Okay. Thank you.
You love how even when there's a dad around that they still come to mom?
I know.
Like you're literally chilling with dad.
I know. And I told them too. I was like, hey, we had this happen before one time, haha, but now we're done. We're not going to be doing that ever again. And they're all
It's
like,
only funny the
okay.
first time.
Exactly.
It's not funny after that.
No.
You're a nuisance now.
Now it's like, you need to stop. I will ask you that question again.
Okay.
So how long have you been doing missions? When was like your first mission?
I think it was October 2021. I know it was in October at least. But
So you were like right after we got started.
Yeah. I saw Jen's post on Facebook that was like on the moms group. Triad moms group. Like, hey, can we get together and help a lady out? And I was like, hell no. That sounds great, but I'm not going to be a part of that. I don't know, y'all.
That's the first time I think we've heard that response.
No.
An honest response.
I'm so wonderful for y'all. I love that journey for you guys, but no, thank you. But then I don't even know what happened. I can't remember if it was after the Hot Mess Express group was created, but I think it was Kim who posted and was like, we need some extra hands at this one mission. And I was like, they've been doing it for a while. It's kind of legit now. I can be a part of this. I'm not going to.
Haven't lost anyone yet.
Exactly. No one's been maimed or injured. Like, right. we're good. So I went to it and it was interesting. It was a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed it. Like,
yeah, because you've been like almost every month since then, right?
Yeah, I go every single mission that I'm asked to go on, every single one. Like, it was always the Wednesday ones at first because I have a pretty flexible work schedule. So they needed a lot more help on the Wednesday ones. So I was like, I just take off Wednesdays, like, and do it. I'm already doing the volunteer at the school Wednesday morning. So I go after my volunteer at school, I go do Hot Mess Express and then.
She's just making us look bad, Marissa.
I know.
Do you hear that? She's like,
gosh.
well, when I'm done volunteering for that one thing, I go to my other volunteer thing. And that's before I, start my job. And
pretty much.
We get it, Raneesha. You're better than us.
Super mom over here. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, so I'm super excited about this episode because when I first started this podcast, this was one of the first things I thought to talk about because I feel like we can all relate. We are going to be talking about stuff, how we have too much stuff, the stress stuff brings, whose responsibility it becomes to like manage all the stuff, and just all things stuff, physical stuff. So, but first, I do want to introduce you a little bit more outside of Hot Mess. So you are a mama of one, soon, very, very soon to be mama of two. Like so soon, I'm a little stressed you're going to give birth today.
Let's hope my water doesn't break in your nice chair.
I'm not worried about the chair. I'm worried if I can handle it.
I have to make it all the way to the Greensboro Hospital, so it's kind of far.
That's another reason I'm hoping that today's not the day. But so you have your daughter, she's 8?
7. She'll be 8 this summer. Yep.
Okay. Her and my daughter Ellie hit it off at our Hot Mess event.
Yes. She
and
always
Ellie
says that's
her
her best friend.
Oh, I
says,
love it.
Can I see my best friend Ellie? I didn't even tell her whose house I was going to because then I would have never heard the end of it.
Oh no.
Like, I said I'm going to my friend's house, and she didn't ask any follow-up questions. Luckily.
Are you worried at all about how she's going to handle having? Are you having a boy or girl? Do you know?
A boy, yeah.
Okay, so are you worried at all about that, or is she
Not
like
even
ready?
a little bit. She has been ready since the day she was born.
Yeah,
like she's been begging to be a sibling for the longest. And we told her right after 13 weeks, like right on the dot, we told her, and she was like, "Oh my god,
my moment is here."
She's like, "It's my time to shine." Like she kisses my belly every day. Before I left, she was like, "Can I have a hug goodbye?" It wasn't for me. It was for the baby. Like she wasn't hugging me. She was hugging my stomach. Yeah, that little girl is so ready to be a big sister. She practices how she's going to pick him up. And she says, you got to put your arms up under his back and scoop him up just right. And I'm like, where do you learn this stuff? Like,
well, she's reading her parenting books. She's trying to get prepared.
She's been watching YouTube pregnancy videos for the longest. She watches mannequins deliver babies all the time. Like, she knows exactly how babies come out. Like, she is prepared.
And so how do you find balancing? Well, you said you have a super flexible work schedule. Yes. Which is nice because you were saying how you volunteer with the school and stuff.
Yes.
Letting us know that you do
PTA
better than us. We know.
Over here.
Did you know that, Marissa? She's
I
PTA
didn't know
president.
That.
Yes, I'm at the school every Wednesday. I stay there for several hours, mainly because that's my social time. We have this program, they do Breakfast Buddies, where they partner with a high school nearby at her school.
Oh.
And they bring the kids and they share, like just hang out for like 30 minutes. And then I'm there for like another 2 hours just chatting. Sometimes we have a PTA meeting.
So you're legit the president?
Yes, legit the president of the PTA.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like the only admin teacher. I'm not the only non-paid person there, basically.
That is crazy. Well, it makes sense because, I mean, I get it. Like, if you're working from homes, especially, I mean, there is no of that, like, socializing. It's got to be nice.
I am tired of my house.
Sense.
So tired of my house.
Yeah.
I look at the
well,
same
I definitely
room
get that, yeah.
all the time. Yeah, I'm sure you definitely understand. Like, it's a house and a child, and I'm tired of looking at both of them.
Yeah,
I feel that way every day.
You got more than I got too to look at. Like, that variation doesn't even help.
Yeah.
No, they're just one of them's always in my line of sight.
Always.
Well, I'm excited to talk about stuff. I have too much of it, and that's what it comes down to.
Oh, yeah. Little mini hoarders in my house, all three of us.
I mean, honestly, it's funny because it kind of worked out really well. We do like the mini episodes, Marissa and I, and I say game, but it's not really a game. We kind of just pull cards and kind of talk about them. And the last card we pulled for our last episode was do you ever think, am I becoming a hoarder? And I thought, well, that really is a great way to lead into this episode.
Yes, I think I'm becoming a hoarder. We watch Hoarders all the time. That's one of our like junk TV reality shows. And like, I look at Kenny and I'm just like, yeah, that's you. That would be you. Like, we watched this man one day his wife was holding him back, and I'm like, well, I'm not holding you back. And then he complains about me throwing away all his stuff, and I'm like, well, it's easier for me to get rid of your stuff than it is my stuff.
That is literally what I just
I
said.
have no emotional attachment to your
Exactly.
items. Like, there's these sunglasses, and they're the ugliest things I've ever seen, but I put them in the donation box. He came out going to work one day, looked down and said, what are you doing with these? These are mine. Get rid of your stuff sometime. Like,
I literally just said last week, I was like, I can go through and get rid of Coon's stuff and the kids' stuff so easily because, like you said, I don't need it. So it's easy to get rid of.
I wish I could get rid of Mackenzie's stuff as easily as I can get rid of his stuff, even in my stuff, because her stuff is like, I feel like, oh, she's going to love playing with this. And if I put this there, she'll play with that all the time. And she needs more. And she doesn't need more. She plays with like 3 items. And then I just keep hoarding more toys for her.
It's honestly so bad. Like for me, I think one of the biggest things is the craft stuff. It's endless, the amount of, like, I mean, your basic, like, markers, paints, all that. But then when you get into, like, the different kinds of papers and the sequins and the little puffs and the popsicle sticks, and it never ends. It's, like, endless crap.
I went and bought a 9-cube storage shelf just for that to put in the living room because it wasn't fitting in her bedroom anymore. I was like, I'm going to the Walmart and we're gonna buy this and we're gonna be super organized. It's organized now, but there's a lot of it. We got tie-dye stuff. She's got a little. We do slime like crazy, so she's got a bunch of slime making kits. She's got all her markers, all her pencils, all her papers, like all the little mix-ins and glitters, all that stuff, like just chilling in the living room. It's organized though.
And I feel like when you, like for me, I'm like, well, I mean, I could throw this like paper tube away, but like they could make it into something and maybe that will occupy them for like 10 minutes and leave me alone.
That is one of the things I have the hardest trouble with. Like, this could be used as something else.
Yes, it's
this
so bad.
Can be used. I have so many things like that around the house. Like the Cricut stuff, the vinyl rolls, the tubes on the inside of the vinyls. Why do I keep those? I've never used
that
it.
Sounds like something you would do.
I've never used it for anything.
What's so funny is that I'm actually holding an empty Cricut tube in my hand right now.
I forgot to mention, so Marissa is not feeling well, so she's not sitting here with us today like she normally does when we record. She's actually at home sick, and so that is why she's holding an empty Cricut tube.
Just fidgeting with items around her.
Just keeping my hands busy, yeah.
You mentioned like slime kits, or like all the kits. We have like a bath bomb kit and like a jewelry making kit.
Don't you end up doing them more than the kids do?
Yes.
You sit there, you're like, we're going to have so much fun, guys. And then here I am making a bath bomb by myself while this girl's watching Bluey.
Yeah, and then she just when it's done, can you hand it to me, Mom?
Can I get it now? Can I have it now? I'm going to use this bath bomb.
I put my heart and soul and sweat into this bath bomb. It's mine.
I'm finally glad that she can do the slime on her own now. She's figured out the ratios and all that stuff.
Yes.
Before it was just me making slime for her to play with. Like, this is not fun for me. You're not even letting me use it when we're done.
It's funny. So we used to I used to allow slime. We had an incident that slime is no longer allowed in our home. Ellie loves slime like that. She loves it. And she gets like little things from like school stuff and all that. So she brings that home all the time. One time she brought home a regular size thing of slime. I thought it was normal, just your normal slime. Like, why you got to switch it up? Just the normal stuff worked fine. And so she's playing with it at the table. And then she called me into the kitchen and she showed me she made like a slime waterfall. And it was slime coming from the table to the chair, which went down to some stack of books and then to the floor. And I was like, why was that something you thought was a thing to do?
We have definitely had the exact same thing happen before.
Did you? Was it the good slime, though, that comes off?
It never is it?
This was the one that, like, you pick it up and it's just
like water.
Yes, it was like
we
water.
We call it the snot slime.
Yes.
And we have looked to make it before intentionally because I do like playing with it a lot myself. It feels good. But watching her do that the first time and looking over, and I caught it way before you did though. Like, it was just coming off the table and she's like, look, Mom. I'm like, no, you picked that up.
You've had better ideas.
But all the slime incidents have actually been me because they'd be in containers and I'd tip the container over and then come back an hour later and there's just a puddle of slime in the carpet.
So assuming your daughter who comes and she's like, listen, Mom, I don't think we can have slime anymore. You're not handling it.
Exactly. So it's just a fun activity, but it's a kitchen activity.
Oh,
only.
Absolutely.
And so if I see a kid walking around anywhere not in the kitchen with slime coming to show me slime in
Hell
the kitchen,
no.
There's no reason for you to I don't care what. I'm not momming right now. This is not like, oh, look, Mom. Nope. Get out my face. Go to the kitchen.
They always want to show you. They want to bring it to show you.
I don't care.
No. Call me. I will come to you.
Yes.
I will come to the slime.
Don't bring the slime to me ever.
I'm telling you, when I saw the waterfall of slime, I was like, at first I was like, okay, that's not great. But then when I did try and pick it up and it was just disintegrating in my hands, and then I'm like trying to wipe it and it's not
doing anything.
Budging. And then I see that it's on a stack of books. And I think if it's this hard to get off the freaking table, like I don't even want to think.
These books are ruined.
The books were gone.
The books are ruined.
They stood no chance. And so I was like, as I was cleaning up the last bits of it, and I go, Ellie, you do know we're done with slime now, right? And she was like, yeah.
I figured that out for myself after the first 10 minutes of watching you clean.
Then we have like the jewelry making kits.
I don't think she's ever touched hers.
No, but we have 1,000 of them.
I did finally actually get rid of most of our kits. We had like a loom kit.
Oh.
I haven't done a loom since I was a child.
Yeah.
Like, who does looms?
I know.
Nobody.
I didn't know that was like a thing still.
Apparently it is. We had one. I have a little lantern kit. I did keep that one because I think they look really cool, and I just really want her to want to do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can hang it from your ceiling, and it's gonna look so pretty. You put the little fake tea lights in there. It's gonna be love. No, she's not interested at all.
No.
And then we go to the library a lot, and the library always has like little weekly kits you can get. I take them home, never do them. I just got rid of like 10 library kits, and I feel so bad for taking them. Like, somebody else could have used this. Why did I take this? I knew we weren't going to do it.
They're like,
I've even taken the adult ones before. Like, why am I doing this?
you have high hopes for yourself.
Very high
Raneesha.
hopes. I have goals. I have potential. I'm not reaching.
You go in there and they're like, so how did you like the last one? Loved it. It was great.
I would
great.
lie my ass off. Lie my ass off. Don't.
We've been looming all day. It's
having a great time.
The other one that drives me crazy is stuffed animals. We have everybody. It's like the go-to gift.
For what reason?
For what reason?
I don't understand. It's like you never had kids. Why is it always grandparents who want to do that?
It's people who have
raised
kids.
a bunch of children. You know we don't want this in our house.
Exactly.
Mackenzie has more stuffed animals on her bed than she has space for her body.
Exactly.
And they get taken off the floor and then they get put back on the bed. Like, it's literally just a back and forth motion. And then her dad comes home with a Valentine's gift for both of us.
Yeah.
Why did he bring her home a stuffed Mickey? It's cute. It's so adorable.
You live
That's
here
just
too,
one
sir.
more-
Like,
Yes.
you know where we're at.
You see these stuffed animals. We don't want these.
No.
At all.
And then they get attached to stuffed animals. I feel like way more than a lot of other stuff. They all have names. They all have like special places in her heart. And you can't get rid of them. And they always look brand new. Like, they never get, I mean, you get the one that they use a lot, but most of them are like brand new. So you can't justify just getting rid of them because they look brand new. And she's going to have a breakdown if she goes looking for like Mr. Rabbit one time or something like that.
It's like Mackenzie doesn't care about a single stuffed animal until I want to do something with it.
Of course.
She literally has no attachment to them. She doesn't care about them. And then one day I'll just be like, I'll put them in a pile to get rid of. Oh, I got this from this, and I use that for this. And it's like, I've never seen this take place, child.
She's
never
like,
seen
no.
me do anything with it.
You don't realize, Mom.
She came into the office the other day with a stuffed animal, and it was a giraffe that sings the ABCs. She's had it since she was like born. And now she's like, do you remember when I got this and such gave this to me? And I think we can keep this. It's like, nobody was trying to get rid of it. Why are you justifying this to me right now? Like, I must try to get rid of your stuff too often because you literally walked unprompted trying to justify why you should keep an item that nobody was thinking about.
She's probably like, listen, I know it's been a few months and mom's going to
coming
go
soon.
through the need to get rid of stuff. So I better start prepping now. Look at this giraffe. I love this giraffe. I play with it all the time.
And she's an LOL kid. I hate LOLs because
Oh, I
they're so
hate
expensive.
them.
Like, they're cool toys, but they're ridiculously expensive for no reason at all. Tell me why I just got rid of, we've been doing LOLs for like 3 years now. I just got rid of every container they came in. Why was I keeping the containers they came in?
Those round,
Yeah, those
circle
round
things?
tubes or like the fake little hairspray bottles or
Yeah.
the big buckets, like the boxes that the dolls came in, like there was a Barbie collectible. Like, why did I just get rid of those from like 3 years ago?
I mean, what do you do with them as soon as you open them? There's literally no purpose for them.
I took them to the donation place,
Uh-huh.
the thrift store, and I'm thinking, normally nobody comes out to collect my stuff from the thrift store, and so I'm thinking I can just dump these here because I feel weird throwing it away.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, somebody might could use it. Like, that's my go-to. Somebody can use it for something.
That's my
the
thought,
day
too.
somebody came out to collect stuff, and I'm thinking, oh my God, he's watching me give them trash. Like, this is actual trash. I should not be giving this to anybody. He's collecting it and looking at it like, I'm so embarrassed.
I have the same thing. I'm like, this to me, in my eyes, is literal garbage. However, it's like not garbage. Like, it's still in a good enough condition that I feel guilty throwing it away. So to ease
100%.
my own guilt, I donate it and pretend they don't then throw it away.
I'm just giving.
You
I'm
guys
just
are funny.
having somebody middleman my trash. That's all it is.
I can take something that is perfect condition, and if I don't want it anymore, I have no regrets just tossing it in the trash can and walking away. None at all.
I have
wish.
guilt. I feel guilt.
I wish. It's just like, I could use this for something. I have excitement and passion behind it for no reason at all. Like, this would be great. I can use it for, I haven't figured out what yet, but I could use it for something.
You could put it next to your like 16 library kits that you're just waiting for the day.
Stacking up in the living room next to the 9-cube shelf full of crafts.
You'll never be bored, Raneesha. You'll never be bored. You always have something, right?
A little mini hoarder. Like, always an activity.
Oh, and the other one that drives me crazy and also goes with the guilt is stuff that the kids make. So, I mean, kids make everything at home, at school. It's always like their prized possession. They feel super proud. They want to display it.
And they
I'm
remember
like,
it.
sometimes it's not your best work, and
No.
I don't know that I want to hang on to it.
You've done a better job. This was something you made at recess while talking to your friend. It's not even like teacher directed from an art project. Like, you literally just drew a stick figure and said, "Mom, look at this."
I know you're capable of more. Do better.
Yeah,
Try
trash.
again another time. I have the problem with that stuff is I have like moments where I'm like very sentimental about it. I'm like,
Yes.
oh, let me keep this. So I have probably like 3 months of stuff and then 6 months of nothing and then another like 5 months of stuff. Like, I'm just,
Yeah.
it's in trucks. She's going to be like one day, well, where's like April to November? Like, I wasn't feeling it. That was trash time.
Yeah.
So why do I have like, I keep random ones. Like, sometimes I'll just feel like this is a good time to keep this. And then a couple months later, we don't need this.
Yeah.
But I have ones from like years ago, like still, for what reason?
No, for absolutely
cares?
no reason. Finn came, he made probably for like Mother's Day or something like that. I think it was Mother's Day, like a little pot for a plant, and he had his thumbprints into butterflies around it.
That's cute.
And I'm like, dang, that's so cute, you know? And I had it, and I'm not great with keeping anything alive. I mean, it's a miracle my children are alive. Plants, like, God, no. So I don't take that on. And so I have nothing to put in it. And I'm like, it was sat on the counter for the longest time, and I'm like torn because I'm like, I love it. It's cute, but like also it's cluttering my counter.
It just exists. I have this, this is from my sister being in high school, and I don't even know how long ago, too long ago. It was probably like 2005. It's a little pottery thing. She made like in an art class or something, and it's a star with like a lid, like it's supposed to be like a jar. It is terribly made. Like, she had no artistic ability at that point, but she's like, here, I made this for you.
Yeah.
It is sitting
How
on
do
my
you
end
throw it
table living
away?
room.
Exactly.
I love it. It's so stupid. It looks terrible, but it's like, I can't read it. There is a bullet shell in there from Pearl Harbor. That's what it holds.
That's the most random thing.
It is.
Out of everything you could have possibly said is in there, never would have guessed that.
I never would have. No.
I don't know. I recently.
And you said it like it was such a normal thing.
It felt so normal. It was it's the shell casing from Pearl Harbor.
It took me a second, like you said it, and I paused because it took me a second to like wrap my head around what you even just said, because you said it so normally.
I see it all the time. It is so normal to me. Mackenzie used to come out, what's this? I'm like, just go put that back in the star dish. That's where it goes. They're both just two things that it's like, how do you get rid of either one of them? Yeah. And what do you do with them? Put the bullet shell in the star jar and set it on your end table. That's what you do with it.
That's pretty funny. How much artwork of your daughters do you save? Like percentage wise, do you save majority?
Yes.
Yes.
Probably like 90% of it.
Really?
She's always been a drawing kid. She's always loved to draw randomly. Like, I don't keep the stuff that she draws on like scrap papers, like that are just like, if they have writing on them already, she's just like doodling. Yeah. I don't keep those, but that's where the other 10% is. Like,
you are better than I at that. I am.
There's a stack in her closet. It's just there. It's like a stack of drawings. And I'm like, I've gone through it so many times. Like, I just can't get rid of this. I remember when she drew that. I remember what that was about. She's always loved drawing. She just always would grab a marker and draw. So
yeah. And I think I said it before on the podcast, and I think I was talking to Marissa about it, but what I started to do, because I would keep a lot of it too, and I started taking pictures. So they each have their folder, And now I have like there's three tiers. There's the like this is not great and straight to the trash. Like do better, that kind of
Try harder next
Try
time.
harder, straight to the trash. And then we have like the medium stuff where it's like I want to remember it, but like I don't know that I physically need to hold on to it. So I take a picture of that and I write their age on the back and I take a picture back and front. So I have that, and then I have the like, wow, my kid is an artist. And I keep those. Or anything that says mom or mommy or I love you. Like, doesn't matter.
Those are the ones that I hate.
Oh, those are
No.
Those are the ones that I do. Like,
love me.
You're
Get out of here.
pandering.
To
You're
the
pandering
trash.
to me. Usually those are prompted by a school project. It's like, you only did that because your teacher told you to. It wasn't a real emotion.
This is fake.
Come to me next time with a real one.
That is hilarious.
Oh my God.
I am the opposite. If they come home anything that's like, I love you, mommy, my heart bursts and I'm like, I will never get rid of this.
Skylar came home one day with this canvas photo of me that he drew, and it was one of the best moments of my life because it was actually good. You know, it made me look good, and I was like, "Yeah, this is going to be here
seen
forever."
through your child's eyes. Yeah,
It's
always.
still on your fridge, isn't it?
It's in my box. It's in my box. Yes.
I feel like the older I get, the less sentimental I get. Like when I was younger, everything had a meaning and I wanted to like hold on to like ticket stubs and like just like little trinkets and stuff. And now that I've gotten older, I'm like, I just need everything the fuck out of my house.
I feel like that too. I have a box of stuff that's probably like random past relationship crap.
Yeah.
And I don't look in it, but I looked in it recently and it's just like, what is this stuff? I don't remember any of this.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, what is this?
That's what I think it is too, because like I had a box, well, I still have it, but it's dwindled down with all these like little things that at one point I would be like, oh, this is a ticket from my first blah, blah. But now I look and I'm like, I went to where?
Yeah, that's mostly what it is. Like, I saw that movie. I don't even remember it. It was in theaters.
I know. And then I'm like, I'm still, sometimes I get scared because I'm like, I'm going to throw it away. And then later I'm be like, that was our first date or something like that. You know what I mean?
So
I remember later.
We went to Virginia Beach in December, and I gave Skylar one of my old suitcases, and it still had the ticket, the plane ticket that they put on it, you know, on your luggage when you go to the airport, from a trip I took my senior year in high school, which was 2006.
That's quite a time.
Yes, this is just a couple of months ago, 2 months ago. Yeah, I took it off. I said, okay, it's time. We can take it off.
It's been almost 20 years.
I guess we can take it off now. I think that out of everything, though, I mean, all the stuff, the kits and the crafts and stuffed animals, my least favorite thing is the small plastic crap. Like birthday
I figured
favorite
out the
crap.
perfect solution for that.
What is it?
I don't even remember where I got this from. I probably was watching TikTok or something. I have a big mason jar. I just dump it all in there so it can fill up and she can have like it's like a thing she keeps on her nightstand.
That's smart.
Because I hate it so much. Like
Oh
all those
my
little
gosh.
McDonald's toys, those Kinder Egg toys are
Yes.
the freaking worst.
So annoying.
They're the absolute worst toys ever because they want them.
Yep.
For what?
For
To look
nothing.
at?
Because they
Nothing.
don't play with them.
They dumped in the mason jar. Any party favors
That's
you get
smart.
for birthdays, dump in the mason jar.
Because we get like not even just birthday parties, but like school parties. Kids give my kids crap on the bus all the time. They're like, look, so-and-so gave me this. I'm like, great,
My
I'm going to
daughter
throw
had
it in
an
the garbage.
airplane, like a metal airplane that's
Yeah.
probably like 4 inches long. She came home with it in her backpack. I'm like, where'd you get this from? Oh, so-and-so gave it to me. Why?
Yeah.
Why did you accept that?
I know her mom's probably like, hey, see who you can give that to. And you just pawn that off, you know?
Just so you guys know, my son is 14 and he still comes home with random stuff from friends. So it's not going to stop.
It
It doesn't
stop.
end.
That
It doesn't
kinda
stop.
sucks.
It, for me, is like so Valentine's Day. They got a ton of crap for Valentine's Day. Like little toy tops, little bouncy balls, like little, those really super cheap, crappy little plastic bracelets that are just garbage. And they brought all this home and it's all on the table. And I like pulled the candy out of it and just looked at like this pile of plastic crap. And they were like, looked at it. They played for a few minutes. The second they left the room, I was like, to the garbage.
Yeah, she did not get much of the stuff for Valentine's Day this year, luckily. But she has this one little Barbie thing that's just like a Barbie on a plastic stand, like an army figurine.
What do you do with those?
What is that for? It's gonna go in the mason jar.
You're going to need another mason jar.
We're about a quarter of the
jar.
way through because I do try to throw stuff away. Like she always
Yeah.
wants to keep the McDonald's toys. Those go in the trash. Those are not being kept at all. Those are trash toys.
There's nothing to do with them.
No.
We got, and if you're listening, I am so sorry, but from one of Ellie's friends' moms, she put in like the favor, this like the tic-tac-toe, like 4 in a row, you know, that those games, but like a tiny mini version that came with like these tiny mini checker little circles to put in it and get like 4 in a row. And then she gave 2 extra bags for her brothers so that we came home with 3 of those. And
How thoughtful.
it was really great, super thoughtful, but all those pieces are now in the garbage.
See, I like to think I give good gifts when it comes to stuff like that. Like this time I made bookmarks with the Cricut on the acrylic thing, like acrylic bookmarks, and they said read your heart out with a little initial and like the candy heart things for each of the kids.
Cute.
I try to make stuff that's practical because their teacher stresses reading.
Yeah.
It's very important. We don't do it. But it's a very important skill to have. But they all have bookmarks in her class now, so there's no excuse that they don't need to know where they are.
I try with school stuff. I try and give like edible things because I know they'll eat them, you know, so I'll try and do that. And then for the kids' birthday parties, I try and do a majority of like stuff like I did because Ellie had the bunny theme for her birthday, and I did the little carrot like seeds so they could do like a little grow kit.
That's cute.
Something.
We do pinatas.
That's
I do a pinata and you guys get a bag and grab what you get. That's your goodie bag.
That's smart.
Yeah, we love pinatas.
Cute, yeah.
I mean, that's just an easy way to go, honestly.
Very easy. They clean it up for me.
How many favors you want? It's up to you. How ambitious
How many
are
can you grab?
Right? You practice.
You gotta
there's
fight
a time
for it.
into
Full size airheads in there, so go for it.
Ooh.
The last thing, when I was thinking of like making a list of all the things that I think drive me nuts and clutter the home, is clothes. The kids' clothes drive me nuts.
You got 3 of them.
Oh my gosh, because I don't know, like you have all the seasonal clothes, and then you have the clothes that like are play clothes because they almost don't fit anymore and they're kind of worn down. And then you have school clothes and dress clothes and all these different things. And then when they outgrow them, they all have a pile in their closet. I just throw it in that pile.
The next one might fit it soon.
Exactly, right.
Clothes is something I'm very comfortable getting rid of. I will quick, like, oh, this don't fit, this don't fit,
Oh.
this don't fit, go away. But she wears uniforms to school, so that saves a huge hassle of trying to, like, have too many items.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to weekends, we're like, oh, you don't have anything that fits. You don't have anything that matches. Like, what are you wearing, child? Like, why do you look like that? Like, no, let me go pick out your outfit for you. Our favorite thing is, you can't tell me what to do with my body. Tells me that all the time.
Ellie has gotten into that lately. She likes like spooky stuff, like kind of creepy stuff. And I'm not a huge fan. And so she told me the other day, she was like, I like spooky, scary stuff, and that's who I am, and you can't change me, okay? You can't tell me what to like, Mom. Okay,
She's
of all,
not wrong.
I'm not trying to hold you back, okay? Like I'm not trying
to be your true self.
Exactly. Live your best life, girl, but keep the bugs outside is what I'm saying.
I told you not to bring that worm in the house. I didn't say anything about your authentic self.
Exactly. It went like from 0 to 100 really fast. And it all happened because she brought a frog in the house.
Oh, yeah, I'm not feeling that one.
And it jumped, of course,
Oh,
out
no.
of her hands. And I was like...
It didn't want to be there. It's a frog.
Exactly. It was like, save me. And it jumped out of her hands. And I was like, get this frog out of the house. And she put it outside. And she's like, I want to have a frog in here. You can't change who I am. Love the frogs. Love it. Outside.
Loving that energy, but not about frogs in the house.
Exactly right. And you said, so are you good at donating? in general? Are you good
Yeah,
at like?
I keep me a bin.
Yeah.
There's always a box near the door, and I'll just try to put random stuff in it. My
Yeah.
house is never decluttered though, but there's always something in the donation bin.
Like your partner's sunglasses?
Yes.
Whoops, in there again. That's usually what I'll do. Like if Coon gets something that I just don't think is a great look for him, it slips in the donation pile. Whoops.
A year later, where is that little Hawaiian shirt I had?
Exactly. That's weird. Keep better track of your stuff, you know? I don't know.
Maybe you should put things back in the closet when you're done with them.
Exactly. I'm really good at creating donation piles. But that's where I usually fizzle out. Like, I have boxes in the garage all ready to go, but it's been a while.
It take me a while to get there.
Yeah.
I don't live very far from the thrift store at all.
Neither do
It
I.
take me quite a while to get there.
It's right down the street.
And I do have a habit of taking stuff back out the donation pile. Like, I don't know why I put that in there. I think I want that back.
I do that too.
So I cleaned out my whole closet and I bagged up like 4 garbage bags full of stuff to donate because I was so frustrated. I couldn't ever get in my closet and move around and stuff. And this was months ago. And now those bags are sitting in my closet, making it even harder for me to get in there. And I have no idea when I'm going to take them.
They moved from an organized
plans.
position to an unorganized position, but still in the same area.
Right. I just made it worse for myself. Yeah.
It's better that they're in the bags because, like, when you were saying,
the intention is there.
Yeah, I mean, when I put it in the box, I do the same thing where if I can see it and I'll walk by, I'll be like, that was rash. Like, that was very rash decision.
There is this one thing. I got it on Facebook Marketplace probably like 3 or 4 years ago, and it was like a magazine holder, like. It was from IKEA, and I saw it on IKEA's website, and I was like, "Oh, I really want that." And then I saw it on Marketplace. I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to get that." It's like a 3 thing you hang on the wall. That went back and forth from my donation pile to under my futon in the office, probably like 6 times. I hung it up once, and then I didn't use it while it was hung up, so I took it down, and then it just went back and forth. Donation pile under the futon. Donation pile under the futon. Like,
I have a shirt like that.
It.
I was on my way to work years ago, and there was this yard sale going on, and I saw this shirt. It was like this brown tank top with glitter on it. It was so pretty. And so I called Brian, and I was like, look, you got to go down there and buy this shirt for me. I need it, but I don't have time to stop. And so he went, and he bought the shirt, and he brought it home, and hung it in my closet. It's still hung in my closet. It's size medium. I don't know if you guys have seen me. I'm not a medium. So I will never wear it, but it's still there from years ago.
I have a whole underbed storage of clothes that are the wrong size for me that I will not get rid of. Like one day.
Yeah, and when that day comes, I don't want to have no clothes that fit.
Exactly. Right. These are going to fit one day.
Exactly.
They're going to be like 15 years out of style. Like nobody's going to want to even see me in them. Like they're going to look terrible. Wrong age bracket for the outfits. Like I'm not a youth anymore.
You finally get down to what you're trying to fit into, and you put it on, and it's all hideous. And then it goes into the donate pile and sits there for 6 months.
Yes, pretty much. That's exactly how it works.
It's a vicious cycle.
It really is. Did your parents save? Did they save a lot of your stuff when you were a kid?
Oh yeah. My mom had, the big plastic tubs, right? Like Sterilite things. She gave us. She had her hope chests.
Yeah.
Like she left. Well, this is your hope chest. It was just my mom worked at Walmart at third shift at one point, and so it was just clearance stuff from Walmart, like all kinds of mixing bowls and those little like food processors and toasters, just the most random stuff. I don't have any of that anymore. Yeah. But she knew she was giving us a hope chest, and then all our stuff from like the reason I keep report cards randomly is because I have report cards from my childhood.
Oh my gosh, so do I.
Why do I have this report card filled with D's and F's from my bad junior year of high school? Like, I did bad. Why did you want me to remember that?
At what point are you pulling out and you're like, I just want to take a trip down memory lane and remember, like, how did I do in 7th grade English?
Something you always look forward to.
I know.
That's so funny. I have every single one of Skylar's report cards.
You can give them to her one day.
Exactly. He's going to need to know how he did in 7th grade English, and you're going to be there to hand it over and be like, this is how you did.
This is exactly how poorly you did.
Exactly. That's the thing too, is that they're not like A report cards or anything.
You're not keeping the stellar things. You're just mediocrity at its best.
Just to remind you how bad you did.
Do better in the future.
No, it's to remind you of what you put me through. Is what it is.
Oh my gosh, yes. That's definitely more like it.
My dad, he saves a lot of stuff, and he listens to this podcast, so I have to be careful of how I phrase this. But he saves a lot of stuff, and he's planning on moving here. He lives out of state. And so when he's come out here the last couple of times, he's so kindly brought me like boxes of my crap. And like I go through it.
I didn't ask for this.
And I was like, what is this? Like I think the funny thing is like it makes sense. Like there was like a balloon for my first birthday, and I could see as a parent you wanting that memory, but like I don't remember my first birthday, so that balloon I don't really have attachment to.
You have the attachment to that balloon, sir.
So you
should have kept it.
Exactly. I don't need this.
Here's all the stuff I love about you. You can have it now. Well, don't you want to keep it to keep loving me?
I love me from there. You need it. In case you miss me, you can pull up and see how I did in school and remember.
I will say, though,
you guys are cool. Really making me rethink my memory boxes for my children.
But here's something. I will say it is pretty cool to see like certain artwork that I did when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty neat. I don't care about my report cards and stuff.
Yeah.
But like things like I drew like that. That's interesting. I made that. Like when I was like 5 years old. I don't remember it, but it's neat.
He had a lot of just random homework. And, and I'm like the artwork, yes. Like there were some things that I drew. There were a couple of things like stories I had written and stuff that were interesting, but like 7 + 10, I got it right. Cool. I don't, you know what I mean? Like I don't need a workbook on this kind of stuff.
I have this paper I wrote in 10th grade on the book 100 Years of Solitude that I only read halfway through, and I skimmed the second half to like finish the paper.
Yeah.
And I was reading the paper like probably like a couple years ago, and I'm like, this is terrible. This is I can't believe teachers have to read this crap. Like that is terribly written. Like that sounds so dumb. Clearly, I didn't read the second half of the book.
Right? I didn't know what I was doing. I think the worst thing my dad brought, and this just cracked me up, he brought my old highlights magazines, but I'm not talking like 10, 15 magazines. It was like 100 magazines, like stacks of these magazines, and 90% of them were not done, but he even kept the ones that I did. And I was like, what am I going to do with 100 highlights magazines? So I gave them to the kids, and they did like 2 or 3, and they're bored with them. I'm like, 87 more to go. Keep going.
You better finish them. They're in this house now.
I know.
They're yours now.
They're brand new, most of them. So I'm like, I don't want to just get rid of them, but like, what the heck am I going to
like these 30-year-old highlights magazines? Is the data even relevant? I bet you they said Pluto is a planet still.
Probably. And the fact that my dad has moved multiple times since I've had these magazines, like he has literally moved a box of unused highlight magazines from house to house.
Well, when you put it that way, is your dad not a hoarder then? Little mini hoarder.
Right. I do kind of wonder if it's like that generation, like the baby boomers, because I feel like that generation is like the collectors.
Oh, yeah.
And then millennials, I feel like have definitely, not everybody, but a lot of us have gone through like a minimalism kind of thing.
It's my favorite word to use that doesn't exist in my life.
No.
I'm going to do minimalism so hard.
Well, you've got all those kits like stockpiled, so I don't know if you can
it's not working out
fall
for me.
Underneath that.
Not at all.
Coon's dad. Oh my gosh. I thought my dad was bad. He we went to his house, and in the basement, like half the basement was all these boxes and stuff. It was literally everything my husband had ever touched, owned, looked at, done, created, like
My
everything.
pride and joy is down here, you guys.
Like, I keep, like Ellie's for like a couple of baby clothes. He had every shirt he had ever owned, he kept.
That's amazing. There's no other word. That's amazing.
Right?
Like, we have a little bag of stuff that's like special to us, and me
Yeah.
and my sister, we're real close, and we have like this like onesie pajama footy thing.
Mm-hmm.
All the kids have worn it, and now it's coming to the new baby. Like, we
Aw.
got certain things that are cute and special to
Yeah.
us, but like everything else, like, get this out my home. I
Yeah.
don't keep these clothes.
I know. I mean, that's how I feel. Like, we have a couple of things that have like a sentimental attachment to it, and I kept them for like their kids and stuff like that. But like that T-shirt that I got at Target, like no,
Thank you.
And that's what his dad has. Like every pair of khakis that he ever owned, every belt he ever had. And I'm like, and I pulled stuff out, and I was like, was this what, like, waiting for a story or like a reason that he still has this? And no, it was just in 6th grade. It was a T-shirt from Walmart, and he still has it. I just think that generation held on to stuff forever. And I kind of wonder if it's because, like, now we have the technology. So, like, we have videos and pictures of everything. And so, like, I don't know. I don't feel like hanging on to all of the things from maybe, like, their birthdays and stuff, because, like, I have a video of it, and, like, I have 1,000 pictures of it. So I don't know
Saved
that
in 3 different clouds. Yes.
Exactly. Like, I don't know if I necessarily physically need the birthday sign.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. I think I agree with that 100%. Being like that millennial generation, being torn between the physical, like, I'm going to go take my notes on paper.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take my pictures and not print them off ever again.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I know. And it's like, and there's something nice about like having the physical stuff. But then, like, I go through, and I talked about this on the last episode, I go through these periods where I'm like, everything must go.
Oh, yeah.
Everything. Get it out of here. Don't care. No sentimental nothing. Like, I don't want it. And then I regret
periods
it.
too.
Yes. And I mean it. I go through and I'm like, garbage, trash, donate, garbage, trash. And then I get to a point where I'm like, later on, I'm like, I mean, it's just a picture. I wish I had.
Yeah, I can't believe I got rid of that picture. Why did I do that? Who thought that was a good idea?
Like, I'm 2 different people.
Oh, yeah.
2 separate people, depending on the day.
Depending on the time of the year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that basically all of this is just to say that we have too much shit.
Way too much.
That's what it comes
Way too
down
much.
to. All right. Well, it is time for our final question to hopefully help anyone out there struggling with giving too many fucks. We like to ask, what is one thing that you have stopped giving a fuck about after 30?
I would say the thing that I stopped giving a fuck about is shame and guilt. They are not a part of my life anymore.
Yes.
There's no reason for them to exist.
Love it.
Like, Hot Mess Express is a perfect example. You walk into my home, if it's a hot mess, I'm sorry for you. If you care, like, that's your problem, not mine. I have nothing to do with how you feel about what my home looks like.
Exactly. I love it.
My house is pretty much always going to be trash because I don't like cleaning up.
Yeah.
Me and my sisters have this saying, like, my mom is Diana. We always say, is it clean or is it Diana clean? Because my mom is clean.
Yeah.
She's neat free. I'm like,
that's how my dad is.
It's clean. It's okay.
Yeah.
There's a path for you to walk through.
Exactly.
You can sit down on the couch.
That's why I love the guests that we have on this podcast, because so many of them are from Hot Mess. And if it was anybody else, I would feel more stressed to like clean up and stuff before people come over. But I just, this group has just, it puts me at such ease.
Yes.
That I'm like, when you guys come in, like, I don't apologize. And I'm just, this is just where we're at, man.
Yeah, apologies don't exist. It gives you so much perspective, having been in so many people's homes.
Yeah.
Like, just knowing that, this is how all people live. Doesn't matter the neighborhood you're in either.
Nope.
Like, you can be from the lowest of income to the highest of income. Everybody's homes look the same.
It's really crazy, because I think that's one thing that's always stood out to me, is because we have helped several people who are, maybe struggling financially. And we've helped a lot of people who like go into these massive expensive, beautiful homes in these huge, you know, beautiful neighborhoods, and they look the exact same.
I'm still cleaning out the kitchen in the exact same way every single time. There's no
Exactly.
difference.
Yep.
All their kitchens look the same.
Exactly.
A hot mess, like mine does.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Well, thank you, Raneesha, for coming to Girls Night.
Thank you for having me.
I had so much fun. I hope you'll come back and be on again.
Love to.
And thank you guys for hanging out with us too. Find out what we will be talking about at our next Girls Night on Instagram at girlsamethepodcast, and let me know what you think. And never forget, nobody really has their shit together as much as we like to think. Come hang out with us every Monday. Bye. Girl, same.